So what really happens inside of us when that vital connection, that spiritual lifeline begins to fade? It's probably one of the most personal and, honestly, one of the most profound questions we can ever ask ourselves.
You know that feeling, right? That quiet, hollow feeling that can show up even when you're in a room full of people, or when, on paper, everything in your life is going great. It feels like something is missing, but for the life of you, you just can't put your finger on what it is.
Well, that feeling, it isn't random. It's the very first whisper from your soul letting you know that its most important connection is getting weak. And it doesn't happen like a big explosion. It happens slowly, silently, and it goes deep.
And that brings us to the first real stage of this whole thing, what I call the unnamed emptiness. It's that bizarre feeling of being physically present in your own life, but not really being alive in it.
Think about how this actually feels day to day. It's that moment you get the job or you finish that huge project, and instead of feeling joy, you just feel nothing. It's when you're out laughing with your friends, but it's like there's an invisible wall between you and the actual moment. This isn't just about being sad, it's the very texture of a life that's losing its core meaning.
And you know, what starts in the mind, it doesn't just stay there. Pretty soon, it builds into a state of the spirit. And this is where we start to see the first real spiritual consequences take root.
In Islam, the heart, the qalb, isn't just a muscle. It's seen as an organ of spiritual perception. When we disconnect, it's like it starts to grow a callus. Your prayers might still be happening, but they feel like you're just going through the motions, right? Mechanical. The feeling of connection, that sense of presence, it just feels miles and miles away. And as the heart gets harder, we lose something so incredibly precious, sakina. Now, this isn't just about being calm. This is a deep, God-given tranquility that keeps you anchored even when you're in the middle of a storm. Without it, your mind is just loud. It's always noisy, even in a silent room. You end up looking for peace everywhere else, but nothing can quiet that noise inside.
And this verse from the Quran, it just says it all, doesn't it? The true source of rest for the heart is found in that remembrance. So when the remembrance starts to fade, so does the rest. It's a direct connection.
This disconnection also messes with our taqwa, which is like our God consciousness, our internal moral compass. That little voice inside that used to make you flinch at a small lie or an unkind word, it gets quieter. And the lines, they start to get blurry. Things that once felt so wrong, they slowly start to feel normal.
So from the spiritual, the effects naturally start to spill over into our psychology, into our everyday actions. I mean, once that spiritual anchor is pulled up, the ship of you is just left adrift on a really restless sea. And just look at this spiral of anxiety. It all starts when you lose that deep reliance on God, that tawakkul. You start to feel like the weight of the entire world, your future, your family, your success, it's all on your shoulders. And of course, that leads you to try and control every single little outcome, which is impossible. And that attempt, that's what creates this state of constant, chronic overthinking and anxiety.
And that inner chaos, it doesn't stay locked up inside. It starts to show. Your patience just wears thin. Little things start to really get to you. You find yourself escaping for hours, just scrolling or daydreaming because being in the present moment feels too heavy. And you start looking for validation from other people to fill a space that only Allah was ever meant to fill.
Now, there's a really powerful and specific word for this whole state of being. It's a concept that just perfectly captures this experience of being spiritually lost and unaware. And that term is Ghaflah, heedlessness. And it's so much more than just forgetting to pray on time. It's a deeper state of forgetting why you are even here. And in that process of forgetting Allah, you inevitably start to forget the truth of who you are.
The way the mystics talk about this is beautiful. They say it's like veils or hijab forming over the heart.
So with every moment of heedlessness, every time we choose distraction over just being present, another thin, translucent layer is added.
Until the light from your own soul becomes so hard to see, it feels muffled, distant. You basically become a stranger in your own inner world.
And this brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most subtle and dangerous stage in this whole journey. You'd think the worst part is the pain, right? The anxiety, the emptiness, but it's not. The absolute scariest part is when the longing stops, when the guilt fades away, when you don't even feel the discomfort anymore. It's like a spiritual numbness. See, the pain was at least a sign that your soul was still fighting. This silence, this numbness, that's a sign that the connection has grown dangerously faint. But, and this is so important,
even from that deepest, most silent place, there is always a way back. Always. Because the disconnection is never complete. Some part of you, deep down, still remembers.
So let's try to look at this in a new way. What if that ache, that emptiness, that nagging feeling that something is just wrong, what if that isn't a sign that you're weak or that you're failing?
What if it's actually a mercy, a signal flare from your soul, proving that it still remembers where its real home is? It's a call, it's an invitation to just come back.
Because here's the fundamental truth of it all. You were created to be in connection. You were never ever designed to carry the heavy weight of all your fears, your hopes, and your entire heart all by yourself. The path back is actually simple. It's just to turn, to return. Because the peace, the meaning, the love that you've been searching for everywhere else, it's been waiting for you, right there, in the one place you disconnected from. All you have to do is turn back.